Very good evening and welcome to NDTV. It's 8 p.m. on Sunday evening. I am Ankit Tyagi and let's start with our top focus. Amrinder Singh Lovely, the man who was appointed the Congress chief in the national capital just a few months ago, has resigned. Now, Amrinder Singh Lovely resigning says that half of Delhi Aam Aadmi Party ministers are in jail. He also said that representing pain of the Congress workers who are against this alliance between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, which is in fact fighting the Lok Sabha election, the 7 seats of Delhi in an alliance in 2024. Now, he also said in his resignation that Sheila Dikshit's legacy is being destroyed, and he said tickets have been given to strangers in 2 Delhi seats. Meanwhile, Congress General Secretary has raised questions on leadership and has called it unfair. He said that Lovely was included in all important decisions regarding Delhi, and it was only with his consent that these decisions were taken. Meanwhile, the Aam Aadmi Party, reacting to this development, said it is an internal matter of the Congress Party and the party has no comments on that.
हमारा स्टैंड जरूर ये था कि हम लोग मिलके चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं, लेकिन कभी कांग्रेस पार्टी और कांग्रेस के वर्कर्स ने ये नहीं कहा था कि हम जो है क्लीन चिट दे रहे हैं या हम लोग जो है स्कूल्स और हॉस्पिटल खोलने का क्रेडिट दे रहे हैं, जो कि वास्तविकता से कहीं दूर है। तो असूलों की और जो कांग्रेस का कार्यकर्ता दिल से महसूस करता है, उस पीड़ा को मेंशन करते हुए मैंने जो है अपना इस्तीफा भेजा है।
और राहुल जी के नेतृत्व में पूरा देश और पूरा कांग्रेस संगठन इंडिया अलायंस वो लड़ाई लड़ रहा है। वो दिल्ली एकम के अध्यक्ष होते हैं, उनका भी एक बड़ा अहम रोल उसमें होता है। वही समय पे इन्होंने ये पद छोड़ दिया है, बड़ा दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है।
लेकिन पद ही नहीं छोड़ा है, बल्कि गंभीर आरोप लगाए हैं, कांग्रेस नेतृत्व पर सवाल खड़े किए हैं, आप पर भी सवाल खड़े किए कि बात नहीं सुनी जा रही है।
वो कांग्रेस नेतृत्व पर उन्होंने जो सवाल खड़ा किया, मैं समझ रहा हूँ कि वो बिल्कुल अप्रस्तुत है, क्योंकि वो जो कुछ भी डिसीजन हो रहे थे उसमें वो भी कहीं ना कहीं सहभागी थे।
I don't have any information. I'll gather the information. I am getting the information from you only. So let me collect the information from the party, then I'll tell you.
देखिए, कांग्रेस हमारी अलायंस पार्टनर है और उनकी पार्टी का ये आंतरिक मामला है। मुझे लगता है कि वो ही उसके बारे में बोलें तो वो ज़्यादा बेहतर है।
जब से ये इंडी गठबंधन बना था, विशेष रूप से मैं दिल्ली के अगर परिप्रेक्ष्य में कहूँ तो मैं कहता था कि दल मिले हैं, दिल नहीं मिले। कांग्रेस ने खुद अपनी जड़ों में मट्ठा डाला है और उसका परिणाम है आज देश की सबसे पुरानी पार्टी, दिल्ली के अध्यक्ष इस्तीफा देते हैं।
I'm being joined by my colleague Mohammad Ghazali, who is joining us with more details on this. Ghazali, perception-wise, this is going to be a setback as far as the Aam Aadmi Party Congress alliance is concerned in the national capital ahead of the Lok Sabha polls.
See, certainly a big setback, because Lovely is established face of the party, a Sikh Sardar face of the party in Delhi, and there were 2 party units, Delhi and Punjab, where the local leadership had objected for having any kind of seat sharing agreement with Aam Aadmi Party in the Lok Sabha polls. The party high command heard the concerns of the Punjab unit. They are fighting alone there, but in Delhi perhaps they thought a seat sharing agreement would be beneficial for them, but perhaps that entire discontentment within the state unit is now coming up amid the polls, while the polls are ongoing in the country, and in the next phase even Delhi will go for polls, and that is a big setback for the party that perhaps electorally it may not impact, but because the Delhi unit of Congress has vouched his support for whatever the concerns Mr. Lovely has raised, and he has clearly said that Mr. Babaria, who was affairs in charge, or say the Congress General Secretary, he has been vetoing all the decisions of Lovely, whether it was the appointment at the block level or whether it was appointment in the media cell. And he also raised objections about the choice of candidates for the Lok Sabha poll. So all this becomes a clear fodder for the opposition parties, like the BJP has highlighted, saying that how the alliance between Aam Aadmi Party and Congress is an unnatural alliance, and perhaps this will only make the task very challenging for the India bloc candidate wherever the wherever both the parties are fighting together in the Lok Sabha polls.
Before I let you go, just one quick question also, because when the seat sharing arrangement was done and the names of the candidates being discussed in the Congress party, Lovely himself wanted a ticket That was the reports which were coming in. Is that a reaction to him being rejected as a candidate for the upcoming polls?
He categorically denies that he himself withdrew his candidature, saying that I was with the party when the talks of alliance with the Aam Aadmi Party went ahead, and I agreed with the party high command's decision. But the way things went after that how the Congress candidates like Mr. Kanhaiya Kumar and Udit Raj are praising Arvind Kejriwal's work in Delhi, so that somewhere sabotages our future politics and whatever we have done in Delhi's politics all this while, that we were the first ones to raise the liquor scam or all the allegations against the Aam Aadmi Party, and now with both the candidates praising AAP, it certainly will prove to be suicidal for them in future as well. So he pushes the blame on the alliance and not towards him being ignored for the ticket for the Lok Sabha polls in Delhi.
All right, a little too late for Mr. Lovely to in fact blame the alliance when he was one of the leaders who had gone to Arvind Kejriwal's residence the day he was arrested as well. Thank you, Mohammad Ghazali, for joining us. With that, we are moving forward to Karnataka, where Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has ordered the formation of a special investigation team to probe the obscene video allegations involving Hassan MP and JDS candidate from this constituency, Prajwal Revanna. A government order has said that the one of the female victims has filed a complaint with the police. Case of sexual harassment and stalking has been registered. Ahead of the polling in Hassan, Prajwal Revanna, though through his election agent, has filed a complaint with the authorities that a doctored video is being circulated to tarnish his image. Prajwal Revanna is the grandson of JDS chief and former Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda, and he has now left the country and is in Germany.
Explicit videos allegedly pointing fingers at Prajwal Revanna, JDS MP candidate, surfaced ahead of the second phase of Lok Sabha election in Karnataka's Hassan, driving him to lodge a complaint with the police, terming them doctored. However, a letter from the State Women's Commission prompted Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah to constitute a special investigation team to probe this case. And the Congress leaders were quick to demand answers from the BJP JDS.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರು ನೀವು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ನಮಗ. ಎರಡನೇದು ನೀವು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ನೀವು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಅವರು ನೀವು ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ. ಯಾವುದೋ ನಾಯಕರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾಯಕರಲ್ಲ. ಈಸ್ ಎ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ NDA. ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಂಸತ್ ಸದಸ್ಯರ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ NDA BJP ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್. ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿಯವರು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟು ಅಶೋಕಣ್ಣ, ಕುಮಾರಣ್ಣ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಶೋಭಕ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ MP ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಧ್ವನಿ ಎತ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ. ಅಶ್ವತ್ಥ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗಣಿಸ್ತಾನ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೀಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗಣಿಸಿದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇನು ಕತೆ, ಸತ್ಯನ ಸುಳ್ಳ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರೇ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಪೇಪರ್ ಓದಿದೆ.
While police sources say Prajwal Revanna is currently out of the country, JDS President H.D. Kumarasamy has distanced himself from the case.
ನನಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. SIT ತನಿಖೆಗೆ ಆದೇಶ ಮಾಡಿದಾರಲ್ವಾ, SIT ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಈಗ ಅದೇ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ವಿದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬರೋದು ಅವ್ರ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ. ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನೇನು ಉತ್ತರ ಹೇಳಿ? ಅವ್ರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬರ್ತಾರೆ.
The JDS is yet to take action on this issue. However, this comes as a setback for Prajwal Revanna in a constituency that gave India its first Kannadiga Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda. Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
Meanwhile, the murder in Karnataka of a girl, in fact, on the campus has now found its way to the Prime Minister's speech. The Prime Minister today, campaigning in Karnataka, said, and he attacked the Congress party. He said the Congress let down the victim's family. The Prime Minister also said that they are only concerned with their vote bank.
नेहा को उस बेटी का क्या गुनाह था, और उसके पिता तो कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता है. फिर भी कांग्रेस पार्टी और कांग्रेस की सरकार, साथियों, ऐसी सरकार वोट बैंक की भूखी सरकार आपकी रक्षा नहीं कर सकती है।
In fact, the Congress has been pretty tight-lipped with respect to the allegations or the statements that have been made by Prime Minister Modi. But then remember, the narratives have definitely changed. When the Karnataka was getting into the previous phase of the Lok Sabha election, that is phase 2, the narrative was more importantly revolving around Modi guarantees versus the Congress guarantees. And most of the constituencies were lying in the old Mysuru region, where we had a primary battle between H.D. Kumarasamy and the Congress's Siddaramaiah. Now the political narrative would change because most of the constituencies would be in northern Karnataka, and one of the main focus areas would definitely be Hubli because of the campus murder that took place just a couple of days ago. And this political narrative would definitely talk about the love jihad, the term that has been provided by the BJP with respect to this case. The Congress time and again dismissing this particular angle, and that is definitely going to take political center stage as far as the next phase of the Lok Sabha election is concerned here. We are waiting for political reactions from the Congress camp, but in the meantime, yes, veiled attacks that are being leveled against the Congress as far as the BJP is concerned, already starting off its political narratives there in the North Karnataka region.
Meanwhile, it is Home Minister Amit Shah versus Rahul Gandhi over the, in fact, entire issue of a reservation. Amit Shah at a rally hit out at Rahul Gandhi and said Rahul Gandhi is trying to mislead people. BJP has no intention to end reservation. Meanwhile, Rahul Gandhi, who was in Odisha, said the RSS is promoting people against reservation. Rahul Gandhi also said earlier RSS said they are against the quota system.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार इस देश में 10 साल से चल रही है और दोनों बार पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार मिली है। अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी की मंशा होती कि आरक्षण को खत्म करना है तो हो चुका होता, बल्कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने पूरे देश के दलित, पिछड़े और आदिवासी भाई बहनों को गारंटी दी है जब तक भारतीय जनता पार्टी है आरक्षण को कोई हाथ नहीं लगा सकता। मैं आज देश की जनता को कहना चाहता हूं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी ने हमेशा एससी, एसटी और ओबीसी के आरक्षण पर हमले किए हैं।
आज आरएसएस के जो चीफ है उनका बयान आता है कि हम रिजर्वेशन के खिलाफ नहीं है। अरे इन्होंने ही पहले स्टेटमेंट दिया था कि रिजर्वेशन के खिलाफ है। जो भी रिजर्वेशन के खिलाफ है सारे के सारे इनकी पार्टी में जा रहे हैं। जो भी रिजर्वेशन के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के खिलाफ है सारों को ये ले रहे हैं, फिर कह रहे हैं कि भैया हम रिजर्वेशन के खिलाफ नहीं है।
We're slipping into a short break at this moment. News and updates on the other side. Stay tuned. Now on to our special election segment, the hot seat, and this time Mainpuri is the focus. What was once Samajwadi Party's bastion, Mulayam Singh Yadav's home seat, now his daughter-in-law Dimple Yadav is the incumbent MP. But the question now remains, will she be able to hold on as the BJP tries to wrest this seat from her? It's a three-way contest between the Samajwadi Party, BSP and the BJP. Here's a special report.
Rhythmic clangs of metal on wood greet you in these narrow lanes of Mainpuri. Women busy doing the centuries-old Tarkasi artwork. "50-year-old Kiran Kumar is one of the many Tarkasi artisans that make Tarkasi art under the One District, One Product scheme. Kiran says that while the scheme has given a recognition to her art form, the inconsistent demand and rising inflation is a worry.
वही सेंटर पे मिल जाता है, जो आता है सरकार देती है मुझे। हमारा कहना यही है कि जो योगी जो हम चाहते हैं, जो महिलाएं रोजगार मांगती हैं तो हमेशा के लिए हो जाए। मोदी ने जो आजकल किया काम सरकार दे रही है, राशन पानी भी सही मिल रहा है।
हम यही चाहते हैं कि हमारे ये सरकार बने तो हमारा ये काम आगे बढ़े और हमारी सैलरी भी आगे बढ़ती रहे, जिससे हमारे जीविका उपार्जन सही से चलता रहे और हमारे जो परिवार के सदस्यों का पालन पोषण अच्छी तरह से हो। जो हमें काम देगा वही सरकार चलाएगी।
The hot seat of Mainpuri. It was in 1996 when Mulayam Singh Yadav won as a member of parliament from here, and the Samajwadi Party has won it every single time. Call it the Samajwadi Party bastion or the Yadav family's turf. It is always a member of the Yadav Parivar that has come to power from here. This time it is the daughter-in-law of the family, Dimple Yadav.
The first Lok Sabha elections after the Samajwadi Party was formed in 1992. Yadav stalwart Mulayam Singh Yadav, also known as Netaji, fought from his birthplace, Mainpuri. Since then, the Samajwadi Party has been the heartbeat of Mainpuri's politics. After the demise of Mulayam Singh Yadav, Dimple Yadav contested the 2022 by-polls for Mainpuri Lok Sabha, securing almost 64% votes and winning by a margin of nearly 2,88,000 votes, making her the first female member of parliament from the seat. This time again, it's a litmus test for Dimple Yadav.
सरकार के 7 साल पूरे हो गए हैं, जहाँ युवा हमारा बेरोजगार है। किसानों की जो आपने वादा किया था जब सरकार में आए थे कि अब मवेशी जो आवारा पशुओं वाली जो समस्या है उसका हल करेंगे, कि आपने हल कर लिया। आज आप लोगों पे दबाव की राजनीति बनाते हैं। क्षेत्र के हर नागरिक जो आज है हमारे मैनपुरी का, उनकी जिम्मेदारी है कि ऐसे लोग और ऐसी मानसिकता वाले लोगों को हटाना बहुत ज़रूरी है जो दबाव की राजनीति का प्रयोग कहीं ना कहीं करते हैं। और मैं समझती हूँ कि मैनपुरी की जनता तैयार है।
Against Dimple Yadav is this man, Jaiveer Singh of the BJP, a minister in the UP government and MLA from the Mainpuri Assembly constituency. Singh entered politics in 1984 and was elected an MLA in 2002 and 2007 from Kirod. Originally from Firozabad, Jaiveer Singh rose through the ranks of the BJP, transitioning from his roots in Bahujan Samaj Party and the Samajwadi Party politics to emerge as a prominent leader within the BJP. The BSP has fielded Shiv Prasad Yadav, a former BJP member. While Dimple Yadav belongs to the Kamaria Yadav community, Shiv Prasad Yadav hails from the Ghosi community, making it a keen contest in Mainpuri.
40 वर्षों से इस मैनपुरी में घोसी यादव का एक भी एमएलसी नहीं, एक भी एमएलए नहीं, एक भी विधायक नहीं, एक भी स्टेट मिनिस्टर नहीं, पूरे सैफी परिवार के लोग पैदा होते हैं राज करने के लिए और घोसी यादव पैदा होता है इनको वोट देने के लिए। पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश के घोसी यादवों को, ग्वाला यादवों को इन्होंने ध्वस्त कर रखा है।
लॉयल्टी है एक यादव परिवार की तरफ, है ना?
यादव लोगों को देंगे भाई।
अच्छा,
हाँ।
समाज में देंगे?
समाज में देंगे,
हाँ।
ठीक।
और लगातार यहाँ से इतने सालों से यादव परिवार का ही कोई ना कोई सदस्य जीतते आ रहा है।
हाँ, वही जीतेंगे।
भारी मतों से विजयी होंगी डिम्पल जी।
अच्छा।
हाँ, पहले तो कम से हुई थी, अब की बार भारी मतों से हो।
जी डिम्पल ही साहब जीतेंगे और तो कोई हिसाब किताब नहीं खा रहे।
अच्छा।
हाँ, जयवीर सिंह बहुत कर्रे पड़ जाएंगे डिम्पल को।
अच्छा।
हाँ।
In this crucial election of alliances, it is very important to keep an eye on those who are fighting solo. The BSP has put up a Yadav candidate this time. So, Dimple Yadav, will she be able to win Mainpuri once again? Or will it be benefit BJP this time? With camera person Virendra Kumar Saini, Tanish Punjabi for NDTV.
The Election Commission has told the Aam Aadmi Party to modify its campaign song over complaints that it violated rules on advertising the poll body's guidelines during the election season. The BJP had complained that the Aam Aadmi Party's campaign song took a swipe at central investigation agencies and the party. Aam Aadmi Party, on the other hand, has claimed that the song was factual and asked what about Election Commission's reaction to alleged violations by the BJP, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एक और राजनीतिक हथियार इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने अपने इस पत्र के माध्यम से आम आदमी पार्टी के कैंपेन सॉन्ग पर रोक लगा दी है। यह भारत के इतिहास में पहली बार हुआ होगा कि किसी पार्टी के कैंपेन सॉन्ग पर इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने रोक लगाई होगी। वो इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया जिसको भारतीय जनता पार्टी की जो रोज आचार संहिता की धज्जियां उड़ाई जाती हैं उनके द्वारा वो नहीं दिखती हैं।
Meanwhile, the Indian Coast Guard today intercepted a suspicious Pakistani boat that had nearly 86 kilogram of drugs worth 600 crores in the international market. Acting on intelligence, the Coast Guard, along with the Anti-Terror Squad and the Narcotics Control Bureau, launched a crackdown on the drug trafficking syndicate operating in the region. Along with the drugs, 14 members of the crew from the Pakistani vessel have also been detained.
हमारी टीम अल रज़ा के पास पहुंची, उसको चैलेंज किया, जिसे देखकर उसके अंदर जो लोग थे उनके पास जो कंसाइनमेंट थे वो लोग नदी में, समुद्र में फेंकना शुरू कर दिए और पूरे सर्कमस्टेंसेस को देख के इंडियन कोस्ट गार्ड के तरफ से फायरिंग करने की ज़रूरत पड़ी। फायरिंग करने के बाद अल रज़ा के जो ऑक्यूपेंट्स थे उन्होंने सरेंडर किया और हमारी टीम जो है वो अल रज़ा में गई और उसका सर्च एंड सीजर शुरू किया। गुजरात के लिए नहीं था ये हीरोइन, इंडिया के लिए भी नहीं था ये हीरोइन जो था, ये कंसाइनमेंट जो था ये श्रीलंका के लिए था।
Meanwhile, the Mumbai police has arrested actor Sahil Khan for his alleged involvement in the Mahadev betting app case. Sahil Khan was arrested in Chhattisgarh by the SIT of the Mumbai Police Cyber Cell after Bombay High Court rejected his anticipatory bail plea. He was produced in Mumbai court today and has been sent to police custody till May 1st.
A high-profile arrest in the Mahadev betting app case. Actor Sahil Khan arrested by Mumbai police for his alleged involvement in the scam. Sahil Khan is an Indian actor, fitness entrepreneur and YouTuber. Kolkata-born Sahil always wanted to become a fitness trainer and bodybuilder.
Sahil Khan utilized his stature extensively to promote the Mahadev betting app on social media sites and in his circle. He organized lavish parties and invited biggies from the Bollywood fraternity and business world to spread the word about the app.
As per the police, Sahil used to promote the app on several websites. He also allegedly promoted betting apps like Lion Book and Lotus 24/7. He was called for questioning in December last year. Sahil has been named in a list of 31 people who promoted the app. Police also claimed that he not only promoted the app but also participated in its programs.
Sahil Khan has been sent to police custody until the 1st of May. Accused Sahil, the promoter of Mahadev betting app, will now be interrogated about the financials, the illegal transactions with the real estate agencies and also about the fee that he charged for the promotion of the app. Only time will tell of how many more conspiracies will be revealed about the entire 15,000 crore betting app scam. With video journalist Santosh Palwankar, Ms. Sujata Dwivedi for NDTV 24/7.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk is in China in what is a sudden visit by the billionaire. Musk met Chinese Premier Li Qiang in Beijing. Tesla chief reportedly had discussions with senior officials regarding the rollout of the full-service driving software. Remember, Elon Musk was earlier expected to visit India, but he has postponed his visit and then he suddenly appeared in China. That's all the time that we have in this edition. News and updates continue on NDTV. Stay tuned.